What's going on, guys? Craig Allen here with another episode of No Edits. We are finally getting this interview done. We went through a little bit to get this done. I think we waited for you. I made you wait for what, 3 hours or so before this?
Yeah, I'm not used to men making me wait.
This interview's gonna be very interesting. Hold on to your seats. We have Australians on, the lovely boss lady.
Yeah, in my apartment.
In the apartment with the nice brick wall, though.
There you go.
I swear, this video, this had to be like in a video or something. Wasn't it a music video or like a...
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people do things in front of brick walls, and I'm always like, were you in my house? No, we've definitely filmed videos and different things in here.
Yeah, I saw DJ Envy.
No, he wasn't in my house.
I swore he was in here. DJ Envy was in the boss lady's house.
That's my friend.
Let that hit the rumor market.
That's my friend, but no, he didn't film anything. But yeah, I guess a lot of apartments have exposed brick, but it's beautiful. It comes in handy.
Okay, so I saw you at a T-Pain event, and T.I. didn't show up to. It's cool. People busy. I recognized you.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, person, I'm a fan." She goes, "Who, me? You're a fan?" I'm like, "I recognize you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a fan of your work."
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "No, this guy's a fan of my work." So what is it, the work that I'm a fan of? Can you just tell the people what your work is?
I am a media personality, and you have been in contact with me. You said since Australia, since I was
the Australia days,
since MySpace, right? Was it MySpace?
It was MySpace.
Was it MySpace?
It was definitely MySpace. It was definitely MySpace.
Okay.
I was in your top 5.
No, you didn't. And it was top 8, and you were not. But it was a valiant effort, I guess. I'm sure you tried to get in there, but that top 8, I don't know about getting there, but the top 8 was serious. The top 8 was very serious back in those days. But no, you have been in touch with me, I think once or twice over the years, maybe.
Yeah.
When I was with drjays.com.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting on my couch, ready to interview me. So let's do it. Let's go.
So you've interviewed some of the biggest celebrities. I don't think there's an event you haven't covered. I don't think there's the celebrity that you may have not covered. Now we're talking just entertainment.
Yeah.
Now we're talking politicians. You have a cool picture of Barack Obama on the wall. No, we're talking politicians. That may be maybe a little less, but what's that one person you just haven't interviewed yet? From Diddy to Alicia Keys.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? Really?
Jay-Z.
You not interviewed Jay-Z?
No, I've never interviewed Jay-Z, and it's funny because he is, I almost feel like he's the holy grail of interviews for me, and I'll hang up my jersey after I do it because he is my favorite living artist. And I say that because Tupac is my all-time favorite, but Jay is definitely my all-time living favorite artist. And I've actually had questions. No one knows this. I've had questions written for him for 10 to 15 years now, a set of questions. But they change. They change over the years.
Right.
I've had questions written down for years, ready for that moment. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. A lot of people don't really know that, I don't think, but yeah, he's amazing to me.
He's that goes without saying.
Yeah.
We can talk about that forever.
Mm.
Angie Martinez seems to have that in. You don't have that dial. You just hit up Angie Mar.
Oh, I would love
Angie, what's up? Get this girl on the couch with Jay-Z.
Yeah, she's my inspiration. She's one of my very big inspirations. Absolutely. I've watched all of their interviews together. Had all her CDs when I was in Australia. I dressed like her, and I met her once, and I told her, I was like, Angie, I was in Australia. I bought your albums, and she's so humble. She was like, you were in Australia? You knew who I was? I was like, are you kidding me? Man, she was posing out the window on the album cover for the first album, and I tried to recreate that shoot and everything. Yeah, she's definitely a big inspiration.
I want to stay on that a little bit because we interviewed Tracy G.
Yep.
Sirius XM Radio.
Yes, my girl.
She had nothing but good things to say about you.
You've been doing your research, huh?
That's what we do it. No, but she had nothing but good things to say about you.
Yep.
And the thing about you, and a burning question, you're seasoned. MTVs, the VH1s, BT, .coms.
Not necessarily. I haven't really
You don't see yourself in that light, though. I personally feel you are the Angie Martinez on a certain level.
Oh,
you
thanks.
are where Tracy G should be on a lot of levels. you're just there, and I'm pushing for you. But what's that next thing that can push it for you more? And where do you want to be? Like, where do you see yourself in those ranks? Because when you mention the boss lady, people know you.
Okay.
That's just true.
Thank you. I think that it's funny. I've been calling myself boss lady since I started my magazine in Australia. So over 10 years now, I've had the boss lady nickname. So I know the whole phrase has gotten very popular nowadays, and everyone's a boss lady, and I love that. I think it's beautiful. If you're a woman, and I always say to young women, you can call yourself a boss lady because we all should be boss ladies. But remember, there's two words in it, boss and lady. So the lady part is just as equally important as the boss part is too. I think that for me...
And I wanted to mention Sharon Carpenter too. You should be up there.
Yeah, that's my friend too. Yeah, that's my friend too. We're all peers, and we all, not everybody gets along, but all the girls that you mentioned, I rock with 100%. And I think for me, one thing that's held me back is that I have too much pride sometimes. I'm very honest. I'm honest to a fault. I am. Listen. I come from the other side of the world, and I maybe because I wasn't raised here. Maybe I don't know how to play certain games. I don't know what it is. What you see is what you get with me. And I've been told by my peers, Simone, you should learn how to play the game a little more. And
do you think that's what sets you back a little bit?
Sometimes, absolutely. And I wear
You're
my
not just kissing ass. You're not just out there just kind of...
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. And, this industry is a game, and I don't play it like a game. I play it with my life and my heart, and there's a lot of people like me, and I connect with those people. But then there's others on the flip side that play it like the game that it is.
You are preaching right now. I mean, this is church right now.
Yeah, so, would I love to be further in my career? Absolutely.
But there's some things that you won't stand for because it's not authentic to you.
Yeah, and also, look, everything...
The gospel.
You have to learn,
so true.
to run your own race. Mm-hmm. And I used to compare myself to a lot of my peers, and I used to get disheartened. And then I would get on the phone call to my family in Australia and remember how far I've come. And be like, stop putting so much pressure on yourself. You are where you're meant to be, and you will get to where you want to go when it's the right time. Because, of course, we all beat ourselves up. Like, man, is anyone listening? Like, am I going crazy? Do you see the work that I'm doing?
Yeah.
Do you see I've done it on my own with no big brand behind me, with no crew? Like, I've really been like a renegade in certain ways. I've done things on my own. I give props to the people that I have worked with, absolutely. But I got a mouth on me, and it's gotten me in trouble from time and time again sometimes because I don't put up with bullshit.
No, it's the same shit. Like, I was with this guy and who ran this, like, TV thing, and my mouth got me in trouble as well. But the road less traveled is always the best road to travel. I mean, you're doing it the right way, I think.
I feel like and it's cliche, if you can put your head on the pillow and you know that you stood for something. My mother raised me to believe liars are the worst people in the world. So that's why I'm extremely honest, and I'll look someone in the eye, and whether they like it or not, I'm going to tell them how I think. But the key lesson that I've learned now is not every thought has to be voiced. That's a key lesson. It doesn't mean you're not selling yourself out if you stay quiet.
Right.
It's if you're talking bullshit, that's when you're selling yourself out. You've got to learn when to speak up. My problem was I was speaking up. Like I said, my boss at drjays.com, who's like a father to me, said to me one day, you have the worst poker face in the world. I know when you're upset, I know when you're angry, I know when you're happy. You gotta rein that in because in this business, you can't show them your emotions. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I've had to learn how to just bite my tongue, and if I see injustice or I see BS, which I see daily, which we all do, just really kind of like pick and choose your battles. So that's what I'm learning.
That's good information.
Yeah.
Picking and choosing battles in this industry is...
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but
a lot of things that you do, And behind the scenes, so we were talking Tyson Beckford earlier. You
Yeah.
interviewed Tyson Beckford.
Yes. Yeah.
Were your nipples hard when you interviewed Tyson Beckford? Were you getting hot and sweaty when you interviewed? I mean,
This guy.
this is a sex goddess.
Nah.
I mean, he's a sex god. He turns the women on.
The funniest thing, I used to, when I was 15, Tyson had his first polo campaign when I was 15.
Don't tag me and say Tyson Beckford. That's fucked up.
No, yeah, boy,
You
you
and
know
Tyson.
Tyson. No, Tyson had his first Ralph Lauren campaign, and it was, he used to have, the Ralph Lauren store in Sydney was in this Queen Victoria building where we used to walk through, go shopping. Anyway, floor to ceiling posters of Tyson Beckford. And every day I would walk past like, damn man, like how beautiful is this man? I was a teenager. Fast forward to now, and I consider him a friend.
Yeah.
We worked together with Monster Headphones through our mutual friend who's like our brother, both of us, this guy named Sincere. We worked together. His girlfriend is a very good friend of mine too, who's a Victoria's Secret model from Australia.
I have a funny story about his girlfriend.
You do?
Yeah. She's like, please, are you going to say this?
About Shanina? No, you can't. Shanina is like literally a Victoria's Secret angel. She's an angel, so...
No, I swear to God, this is a really funny story.
Okay, what'd you do?
I was at STK in Meatpacking.
Yeah.
Andre's looking at me like, this story better be good.
Yeah.
So I was at STK, and it's dark. It's like this Grey Goose private party. I'm there. I see this woman across the way, and I'm like, man, she fine. You know, I'm like baby-faced. I'm like putting myself in that position where I hope she noticed me. She ain't looking at me at all. And I'm like, who is this guy she's talking to? I can't see because it's like real dark.
Right.
The guy get up, I'm like, it's Tyson Beckford. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, nah, you have no chance, bro.
It's like, so I get it.
I don't think it's his name, the guy. They're a beautiful couple. They've been together a long time. But yeah, he's become a friend. I put him on the cover of the magazine that I'm working with, Report magazine. He's on the cover of the October-November issue. I'm editor-at-large over there now. So he's a good dude.
That cover looks good too.
Thank you.
It looks real good.
Thank you.
Where did you do that photo at?
We took the photo with Tyson at his house on the water in Jersey.
Okay.
He brought out all his bikes and his toys, and he's a really good dude. Very down to earth. Very down to earth.
I've heard stories of Tyson Beckford where he would go in private events and he would see people that he grew up with in the hood, and he'd be like, yo, get them in real quick.
Absolutely.
Like, I've heard so many stories about it. I've heard nothing bad about Tyson in New York.
It's amazing though, the story of, you know, me being a teenager, seeing his poster for his first huge campaign, and being like, wow, you know, having a little crush, and then he becomes a very good friend. Life is amazing, man. Though he
seems to me to be that Tyson. He should write a book. He seems to me to be the Tyrese Gibson of the fashion world. I mean, he was on HuffingtonPost.com saying blatantly that the fashion world has become more racist, but he's taking a stand for things.
Yeah, you mean in terms of being outspoken?
Yeah, he's taking a stand for things now, as opposed to, I don't think he...
Yeah, he's an intelligent guy, and he has a lot to say, so I think he's a great representative of our hip-hop culture in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, so going forward, I mean, I think that you have the talent to where you can be on the red carpet. Tyson was on the red carpet, and you did what for him?
No.
Did you write questions for him?
No. I was asked to, because we were part of a family with Monster Products.
Okay.
They were like, Tyson's about to host on the red carpet. You know, this is what you do.
For the Oscars.
For the Oscars, yeah. But I didn't get a chance to send him over, and he did his own thing.
Why are you not doing red carpet? They got all kinds of people doing it.
I've done some red carpets aren't easy. Like, I've done some red carpets for BET Awards and a couple different award shows at the ESPYs. Red carpets are tough, man. Like, for the journalists, if you're in the sun,
constant.
You could be in the sun for hours, and anyone who's done a red carpet understands. They shove you all in like sardines in a can. You're all fighting to get the attention of the celebrity. So, you know, luckily, like, I help the newbies on the carpet because they don't have the relationships with the artists. They're shy, they're timid. So if I see someone that I've got a great relationship with, like a Wiz Khalifa or a Rick Ross, and they'd be like, yo, boss lady, and they come over, I always say, okay, after our interview's done, I introduce the young blogger next to me and say, can you give them a couple questions, because it's important for them. It's
well, I think your style is real dope too. I mean, even your girl Angie Martinez, you know, she said when people come to the show, and I actually take this now more, and that I noticed it changed myself since I heard her say this, but she said, when people come to the show, I try to make it just like a conversation. Unless I just don't really know you.
Yeah.
Like, then I gotta, do some research. But
it's funny because...
It seems to come real natural for you.
Oh, thank you. And it is now... I mean, I've been doing it my entire career, but I still get nervous, and I still have my set of questions. I feel like someone that I love is Charlemagne because he's very prepared and very well researched, but it comes off like it's off the cuff and he's freestyling. But he knows exactly what he's doing. For me, I have a similar style, but I definitely still, it's like my little security blanket, my page of questions. Like, I could go in there, and I've done interviews not being prepared, and they've come out okay, but as a journalist, you have to be very respectful of the talent, and that means researching them and being prepared, because there's nothing worse to me than a talent that sits in front of you and you haven't taken the time to research it.
Oh, it's terrible.
That is so disrespectful. You don't deserve the interview. So
I did that once.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did that once with Murder Mook, but it went viral. And I owe Murder Mook an apology whenever I see him. I'm in his hood right now.
What happened? We in Harlem right now. What, he clowned you?
Good thing this ain't live. I didn't clown him. Okay, so I interviewed Young Jack Thriller and then Dyline from Making the Band Season 2. That was it. I was supposed to interview them two, and that was it.
Yeah.
So one of the people, in Young Jack Thriller's camp, comes down like, yo, Craig, Murder Mook's gonna be here. I know my little brother's a huge Murder Mook fan. T-Rex is there, Ron Browser's an interview. That was crazy to me. But he was in an interview too. I guess they doing an album together. And the first thing I say is, hey guys, welcome to another episode of No Edits. We have Murder Merc with us. It was terrible. And from that point on, but the interview was so bad because there were a lot of things flowing in that. Yeah, Hennessy. It was bad.
So you did it on the spot. You didn't even know he was gonna be there.
Nah.
So you got to quickly get on your phone and try and do some research.
I didn't know who was going to be there. I didn't know Ron Browse was going to be there.
Yeah.
I didn't know
you had a minute though. You got to get on your phone and do some research. But the best thing to do when you're doing something like that is talk to them about regular conversation things. Like Thanksgiving's coming up. Be like, okay, so what are you doing for Thanksgiving? And that's actually more interesting a lot of the time than, the album's coming out. What's on the album? So
I wasn't even asking them about that.
Right.
Yeah, it was a whole. I'll send you the link. It's pretty bad. So speaking of Thanksgiving, what are you doing?
I am going to. Every year I go to one of my close girlfriends here in Harlem, and we all kind of hang out together. It's all the people that are from other cities, from other countries. And
you're a big family friends person.
Yeah.
Because you told me you wouldn't have me on Facebook unless I was family and friends. That's a true story. I'm not making that up.
You got a good memory, and you bring things up at the right time. You're not bad at this. I don't. I have a boss lady page that you can like.
Oh wow! Which I did.
But thank you. But no, my Facebook is private. It's my family and friends, and I wouldn't have one if they weren't overseas. I wouldn't even have a Facebook page, but I keep in touch with all my family back home.
I'm not canceling that request, by the way.
Oh, I did.
Oh wow! So your family, friends, you have a lot of substance to you. You have a lot of things going on. Aside from entertainment, because that's easy to talk about.
It is.
And sometimes it gets monotonous. I don't want to talk about it. People are like, what are you doing next? I'm like, I'm just chilling, man.
Yeah.
But
you do karaoke, you told me.
I do karaoke every Friday. The day happens to be Friday, guys, so it's whatever. I'm trying to get her to go, but she won't.
I don't know.
Oh, see, she's
too
famous for me.
I do.
Too famous for me.
No, when Def Jam Rap Star came out, dude, I was on that every day. We used to have parties in my house. Nothing but a G thing, word for word.
Right now, go.
No.
See, not as good. Not as good.
Right now.
So you work with kids heavy in the
Yeah.
community. I think that's why you dope. I think that's important that you bring those two worlds together. We spoke a lot about that, but what's the one thing that attracted you to try to get into that world of the youth? Because it's a whole new world out there.
I believe the children are our future. No. No. I love kids. I love teenagers especially. I wasn't the best teenager myself, believe it or not.
We believe it.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I was raised by a single mother who put my sister and I through university, and she left school at 14, and she would have been brilliant if she was educated. And she is brilliant, but if she had gotten an education, she could have been anything, and she made sure my sister and I were put through school, and just the kids that I grew up around, and the kids that I mentor out here. I just think every kid, like Jay-Z once said, they have genius level talent.
Just have to tap into it.
Just got to tap into it.
Yep.
And so I'm very passionate about kids. And I don't do it for the show. I don't do it. I mean, I have these kids in my house. I've been doing it since I moved here. Shout out to Youth at Risk, now known as Unlocking Futures here in New York. I work very closely with them. The Women in Entertainment Empowerment Network, WEEN, I work very closely with them, encouraging young women to get in the music industry and being mentors to them. So yeah, man, I mean, pay it forward. I feel like if you make it in any sort of way, shape, or form, it is your duty to give back.
It's amazing how some people still don't think like that.
Some people don't do it, and each to their own. But to me, I would not be fully formed woman if I wasn't helping young women. And like I said, it's not just lip service. Like, I actually go out and do it, and I'm in the trenches, and these girls need me, and they need young women, and young men need men like you to go out and help them. I'm working on a concept called The Breakthrough for next year. I've been doing focus groups in high school. I'm very excited about it. It's pairing my two loves, which is interviewing celebrities and having teenagers get to ask the celebrities their own questions.
I gotta be honest with you now. You interviewed Nick Cannon. You told me he's the king of integration, which he is.
I said Nick Cannon was the king of product integration into what he does. Yeah.
You're not too far from it.
Oh yeah.
And like he told you, you already there.
Yeah, he was like, "You on your way?" I was like,
"You're like, nah, Nick.
Nick Cannon is the king of that."
He's doing some crazy stuff right now.
I mean, I work with brands. I do marketing for different brands. And
how'd you connect with Monster? That's big.
Yeah, so drjays.com, I was with them for a very long time, and that's a retailer. Right. And so I got to meet a lot of brands through them. And that's how I built relationships. And I was like, I'm not a marketer per se. I am a journalist. But nowadays the lines are so blurred that, bloggers and journalists, we're kind of peddling brands because we've got access to celebrities, and that's what we do. So Monster Headphones is definitely a brand that I've worked with. Sprayground Backpacks, a number of clothing companies. I'm looking at a number of brands now. That's not necessarily my passion. I love fashion. I love fashion. But the branding kind of goes hand in hand with reportage is my passion. Like we said earlier, telling people stories
and stuff.
And like being on a quest for the truth, to me, is a very noble profession that we have if you do it properly.
Yeah, I hate sleazy journalism.
Yeah, I'm not really one for it. I think I put something on Twitter the other day about the proliferation of all of these talking head shows and these gossipy type shows. I think they're poisonous. And
now that Bill Cosby has come up, it's a big issue. I know you feel some type of way about that.
Yeah, I do, and I feel like you kind of what did Kevin Hart say? Like, which comedian? No, Chris Rock. Like, you back an animal into a corner. Like a tiger's gonna go tiger. You know what I mean? So you keep backing these celebrities into a corner and feeling like you can talk about their lives any which way and not expect them to react.
And Charlamagne does that all the time.
Come on.
Charlamagne the God.
No, he doesn't.
He backs. That day he did Kanye West, he did.
No, but he interviewed him. What I'm saying is Charlamagne doesn't sit and gossip about artists all day, every day.
No. That
he
is
actually
true.
sits and has a conversation with them if they are brave enough to come to his show. So what I'm saying is the proliferation of gossipy type shows where all these people do.
So like how Peter Rosenberg made his business to talk about Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose.
Well, I like how you I personally don't think that he should have commented on that situation, but each to their own. However, what I'm saying is these people on these particular shows aren't even interviewing the artist. They are simply talking about their lives consistently.
Right.
And it's like, how sad is your existence that all you do is talk about other people? Go out and do something. You know what I mean? Like, at least interview the person and give them a chance. I'm about conversation. I'm not gossip, folks.
I love that about what Bill's doing right now, because Bill Cosby's still doing interviews.
Well,
the last one didn't go too well, but
he's doing interviews, but he's being very selective on what he answers. Which, if you're a real journalist, no one's going to tell you what questions to ask.
Right.
So that's a very sad situation. That's all I can say. It's heartbreaking. We all grew up on the Cosby Show, and it's heartbreaking either way.
But speaking of heartbreaking, you're a heartbreaker yourself. And so all the guys want to know. I couldn't wait to get to this party interview. I had to ask you a bunch of things that I had to ask you. But now let's talk about what really matters.
This is so weird.
Being a heartbreaker.
This is so weird to me. Like
you're
being on the other.
I was gonna get, but that's kind of weird.
On the other end.
I never even interviewed. It's weird for me too because I never interviewed a host like of your caliber. Yeah, so you're usually doing the hosting, or you're usually interviewing, and it's like.
Yeah, you full of compliments. I appreciate it.
Which
so
only
what
lasts
do you
5
have
minutes.
to ask?
The guys want to know, are you single?
The guys want to know.
Yeah, maybe the women, I don't know.
I'm single right now, yeah.
What is the wait list look for you? Like, it must be crazy. What? You know you get to a club,
Great.
and you know when you get to the club and your name got to be on the list? Like, if I'm coming to see Boss Lady and I want to just have a date, what does that list look like? Like, how do I get on that list?
Bro.
Club Boss Lady.
You really doing this?
Yeah, what's up?
I like a gangster and a gentleman.
And she's not lying about that. You gotta kill somebody? What you gotta do?
I mean, you
gotta be up for something.
You gotta be streetwise, and you gotta be about your business. I think it's a dying breed that I'm attracted to. Unfortunately, there's not.
Because now they're just out there really killing.
Nah, now they're just, it's either too far one way or too far the other. I like a balance. I like a balance of both. I want to feel slightly uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like just a little bit, just slightly uncomfortable. But no, I like what I like. But I do, I'm trying to grow out of my usual type, put it that way.
I don't think you're gonna do a good job at that. I told her earlier. I said I think she said it was a shocker that she likes ratchet or whatever. I said I know that
I think there's a difference. I said I'm not ratchet. I'm hood. There's a difference to me. Ratchet and hood are two different things, and I lean towards being a little more hood. I don't think I'm ratchet.
That's the only reason I wore the Scully today. Because I saw you wear the Scully at Fashion Week.
Oh my God, you are out of control. You're hilarious.
So what do you got coming up next? What's new for you? What's that next chapter?
Next year, so 2015. By the grace of God, I've been here 8 years in January. So just more of what I do and just fighting the good fight and staying in the business and the breakthrough, like I said.
I think it's coming next year for you.
Yeah.
I think the breakthrough
personifies a lot for me.
I think it's coming. I think your time is coming.
Thank you.
I mean that.
I appreciate that.
If Charlamagne made it, anybody can make it.
Oh, come on. You trying to get an interview with him so
bad. We trying to bait him right now.
You trying to bait him so bad. That's my boy. I love him.
And he's a real cool guy in person.
He's amazing. He's super smart and he's a little rough around the edges.
It's all good. We need that in the industry.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's I like real like direct, honest, intelligent, raw people. That's the only type of person that I like to be around. Otherwise, I don't have time for it. So that could be why. I just don't have time for the BS. It's not me.
All right, so you come across her, you can't come across her with the.
Don't come weak with it. No, you have to. I like force, not too much, but I like aggression. I'm Middle Eastern, man. I don't know. Maybe it's that. I don't know what it is. And I'm from Australia.
So
we're a little crazy.
Next question.
Holy crap!
No, so
you are out of control.
So you have all the sponsors. You've interviewed so many celebrities.
Yeah.
Because I think the people don't know. I mean, especially young women who aspire to be what you're doing. It takes work, like countless hours of just what you're doing. Like, what's some of the advice that you give the young girls that you speak to? That maybe someone's watching. Like, I want to be where she is. I want to have those relationships with those brands, and I want to be at this party. But what's the work that took to get there?
It's work. It's nonstop believing in yourself. Get up in the morning one morning, go to bed crying, waking up the next morning being like, all right, I can do this. If you believe in yourself and you have the conviction to make your dreams come true, it's only work that's going to get you where you need to be. You learn lessons along the way. You're going to make mistakes. Respect yourself throughout the whole process. And I always tell young women too, I don't care what you choose to do in life, if you own the decision, no one can say shit to you. So you could choose to do something that I totally agree with. It goes against my morals or my convictions. But if you turn around and say to me, no, Simone, like, I own it. If you own it, then all power to you. So it's a lifelong journey to figure out, you know, what you want to do and then own it and be proud of yourself and walk in a room with your head held high, you know, no matter what you've done, and make people respect you, you know. So for me, I just want young women to be boss ladies, absolutely.
Be a boss.
And really boss, you know, the connotations of bossy, they've talked about that. It's not so much being a boss of other people, it's about being a boss of yourself and being in charge of your body and being in charge of your destiny. Because as women, we allow people to take our power from us so easily sometimes, especially men, you know. And it's about finding, and I'm guilty of it too. And I thank God I have the boss lady, my mother, who reins me in. You know, I'm in my 30s, and I call my mother like, Ma, I think I'm kind of losing my way a bit, and she'll always rein me in. So every woman needs a mentor, whether it's their mother, their sister, a friend, whoever it is, to rein them in and keep them focused. So yeah, and the lady part, like I said, is very important too. It's just about carrying yourself in a certain way. When people always ask me as a female journalist in hip hop, have you ever been disrespected by men, by the rappers that you interview? And very rarely, because I just feel like they know not to bring that to me, you know. And that's why I really love and respect the majority of my peers, because we all understand we're in like this sorority with each other where we know how to be. Like, you can have a dirty joke here or there, but there's a respect level that men know not to cross with us. And you know, that's hip hop at the end of the day. And most of the guys have been very respectful.
Well, I'm definitely thankful that you took the time. This is like
yeah, you're welcome. It's a long time coming. It's
when that MTV show made, when you meet your your idol or the person you looked up to for all these years.
You're hilarious, man.
And then I'm sitting on the couch with her. This is like true. This is a true story.
It's very cool that we connected online all those years ago, and no, I really appreciate you doing this.
I don't even tell people this ever, but I'm definitely a fan.
Oh, thank
you. I love the way you cover things.
Oh,
You're such a natural, and I know some people in this industry, you know, there's not such a camaraderie amongst guys. I don't think so. Maybe on a higher level, but I was at this event, this comedy event, and they were like huge names, and there were some people who were just like still making their way. Every huge name knew every person that was making their way. Like, and I you know, and I think that's the
very
story.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I really respect the art of journalism, and so when I told you I was a fan, I really meant that.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I'll leave you off with a story about that. There were times when I felt like no one was checking for me, or because I know I've done a lot of things first, but oftentimes if you do it first, no one pays attention. It's the one that does it big, you know. So I used to be like, does anyone not notice what I've done first, or the work that I'm doing? My old co-host on Sirius XM, Green Lantern.
Shout out to Green Lantern.
Yeah,
Jay-Z's DJ.
One of the Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, one of the best hip hop DJs ever. Yeah. He was amazing, and he said to me, Simone, you know, I used to feel like that. He said, I came up in a time when, like, there were big DJs, like DJ Clue, really big DJs making noise, and I was more of a technical DJ. And I don't really have that flashy personality, but I wanted to make it. And he said he used to get so frustrated, like, is anybody out there seeing what I'm doing? He said, you know who paid attention to me, who found me? Eminem. And Eminem's manager called him up and said, listen, me and Em, like, we see what you're doing out there, we like it, like, come rock with us. So he was like, and then obviously when you DJ for Eminem, the world opens up.
The world opens up for you.
So Green Lantern said to me, it's not how many people are watching, it's who's watching. And if you keep making quality work, quality people will notice it. And I'll never forget that, because, and I've interviewed Tiana Taylor, and she said something very similar to me. Like, there were times when I thought no one was checking for me, and then Beyonce told me, I'm watching what you're doing, and I think you're super talented, keep going. So just keep working, and if you love it and you know you're good at it, keep going because someone good is going to notice it. And I think I had a great time. I thought this was,
This is cool. I mean,
it was a little uncomfortable for a second, but no, it was good.
That's what's up. Maybe we should be co-hosts one day.
Maybe.
She's like, maybe. Not sure. Slow down.
Yeah, no, you never know. You never know what can happen.
That'd be dope, though.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
So where do people catch you at? Except Facebook, because you're not gonna accept it.
No, Facebook.com/BossLadyTV @BossLadyTV on all social media, and BossLady.tv is the website. And please support your local non-profit and charity and get out there and do something. It's it's now or never, So yeah, and thank you to anyone who's ever watched any of my interviews or tweeted me. I always, I really just I'm a kid from the other side of the world, and I just love it. I love what I do. I love it. So, and I can tell you love it too.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps you going.
It's a huge thing for me. I really respect the craft. And
yeah,
everybody
absolutely.
gets into it, you know what I mean? So I gotta thank you. And guys, this has been a very special episode. I'm still DJ MDJ. This is a special episode.
I'm so special.
I'm so special. All right, shit. Jesus Christ. Special episode of No Edits. Stay locked in for the next one, guys.
Yes.
Craig Allen, Boss Lady. Peace.